What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and welcome into another set of battles. This time we're going into the single type or monotype cup with Mew, Lickitung, and Umbreon. An ABB lineup where you use Lickitung or Umbreon as your safe swap to draw out the counter user, Mew to kind of handle their counter user, and then Lickitung or Umbreon to sweep in the back. So let's check out these battles here and see how this team performed. So Shadow Donphan in the lead. I know Home Slice Henry, shout out to him, who has amazing content, probably one of the best battlers in the world as well, is going to be coming in and really hyping up this Pokemon. I'm going to be going for the Surf here. Pretty neutral neutral matchup between Donphan. They're going to be hitting us with some nice damage with the body slams, but we have the super effective surfs to do some nice damage back. I go into the Lickitung here just to see if I can pull out another counter user. Body slam is going to be coming in, and honestly I should have just stayed in because I think I would have outpaced to the surf, and we did have a shield left, and the surf definitely would have knocked out. And now out comes a muck. We get the body slam off, which is going to be nice chip damage, but they are going to get the full farm down, unfortunately. And now I'm forced to come in with the Mew. I'm going to be shielding up what is going to be a Dark Pulse, because that would hit us for a lot of super effective damage, probably KOing a Mew from almost full health. I'm going straight for the wild charge here. That does damage. Left, right, good night. Out comes an Umbreon, and if this Umbreon does not have last resort, we are going to be in the driver's seat. I'm going to farm up a little bit extra just in case they decide to go into their own Donphan here, which they do, and now we get to the foul play to knock out this Donphan. This is setting us up for a good position to sweep here. This is the moment of truth. They are throwing the foul play. You know they're running foul play in Psychic, and I really like the fact that I have last resort here. They have all the energy in the world, but the good news is that foul play is resisted, and last resort does neutral damage. It does take a little bit longer to get to those last resorts, but the good news, look at how much more damage that does than a foul play. So I'm going to throw in the next last resort here. I'm kind of waiting for them to throw because my switch clock timer is up and I am very close to a surf, but they decide not to throw and they over farm too much. We get the surf off. That almost KOs. One Shadow Claw dubs it, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. Hopping into the next matchup, Lord of Monkeys. Hello, how are you doing? Ooh, to you. A regular Ninetales lead here. I'm gonna go for the surf here, throwing 5 Shadow Claws because it's a 3-turn versus 5-turn fast move. If you throw 5 or 3, you're gonna be able to throw it in the middle of their fire spin, which is gonna allow for them not to catch your move, and also you're gonna be maximizing your energy gain compared to them sneaking a full fire spin through. They catch the move on the Dragonite, which is quite fine because now I can just come in here with the Lickitung. I'm going to have to expend a little bit of energy here, so I'm going to farm up a little bit more because I don't want them to reach 2 body slams on my Lickitung, because that would leave me into a range where they can potentially fire spin all the way down. So they are shieldless. We have 1 shield up. They come back in with the Ninetales. Quite fine by me. Lickitung is so bulky that we're going to be able to live this Weather Ball no problem. Oh my gosh. That is quite unfortunate because now we had the body slam, but I think it would have been CMP tie anyways. So now I'm going to come in with the Mew. I'm going to shield up the Weather Ball, and I'm going to over farm here as much as I dare. And we're going to throw the surf right now, right before they are able to catch or throw their next Weather Ball. So now in comes a Kanto Muck, and Umbreon is going to lock down this matchup here. They can only throw Thunder Punch, and as you're going to see here, Thunder Punch is going to be, oh my gosh, it's Acid Spray. They're trying to lower our defenses, but doesn't matter anyways. Umbreon is pretty spammy, and we're going to be able to reach those 2 foul plays no problem, and the opponent quits the match. GG's, on to the next game. Hopping in here to the next game, Mew into Gramble. Okay, so this team is kind of weak to Charm, but what I like to do here is I like to throw 7 Shadow Claws and then swap out, but they decide to swap into the Umbreon. So I bank a boatload of energy, and I decide to come in with my own Umbreon. They do have last resort here, but this is quite fine by me because I have a boatload of energy, and I just want to grab a shield if I can on the flip side matchup of the Gramble versus Umbreon matchup. Last resort comes in, and it's pretty even here. This is a very slow mirror matchup. Umbreon versus Umbreon. It's very, very bad to watch. I kind of should have just went for the foul play there. Probably going to be getting that shield anyways, but they decided to no shield that. I decided to throw 1 Shadow Claw, But the issue is now is that we have to expend a shield. We get the defenses lower, and that Mew is not going to do very well against the Umbreon when it wants to come back in, and it does have energy. So I decided to throw the Wild Charge right away. And let's see if we get the shield. We get the no shield. That is absolutely amazing because my Lickitung does not want to see this. There is a mosquito here. Oh my gosh, it's got to go. My Lickitung does not want to see the Umbreon. So last resort coming through, that does take out my my Umbreon, but out comes a Cofagrigus, and this is an amazing matchup for Lickitung as well. It's better on the Umbreon because you're going to be resisting both the Dark Pulse and the Shadow Ball, but Umbreon does resist the Licks or the Shadow Claws as well, but Lickitung is going to be double resisting those Shadow Claws. Gonna take neutral damage from the Dark Pulses, but it's so bulky that it can handle at least 3 of them. So Power Up gonna be coming in. That gets no shielded, and now we're able to lick all the way down, and my opponent quits the match. GG's, on to the next game here. So I kind of built this team to counter Cofagrigus, because I know Cofagrigus is pretty huge in this meta right now, and same with Kanto Muck. Umbreon does well against Kanto Muck. Lickitung will do okay against Kanto Muck as well, which is very nice. And Mew does okay pretty much against anything as long as it has shields, because it is pretty glassy, but it hits like a truck with Surf and Wild Charge. Wild Charge is going to do a lot of damage. We get the shield there. I come in with my Lickitung. We're going to be able to take this Meteor Mash. No, it's going to be a Moonblast. We do take the Moonblast. It does do a lot of damage, and this is the whole point of the team, is to draw out your fighter right here. And Shadow Machamp is going to be coming in. It does take the Body Slam, and this actually sets up Mew for the perfect farm down. And that Clefable, I'm not too worried about because it expended all their energy before it left. So now we have some loaded energy for whatever wants to come back again. And it's a freaking Registeel. So I'm going to build up to the back-to-back Wild Charges here. Gonna throw one that gets no shielded, and I'm gonna throw the second one right away, hopefully getting that shield here, which we do. And now we can save that Mew for later on in this matchup. One Focus Blast does not KO this Umbreon, so they go for the Zap Cannon. They do get the attack fall, which is quite unfortunate. I overfarm just slightly on the Clefable when it wants to come back in, making sure they don't get to a move, and making sure we get to another foul play, and hopefully one more before this Registeel KOs us. No, we don't. So now I have to get to a Surf before they get to a Focus Blast. Can we get there? Yes, we can. Shadow Claw is the premier fast move, everybody. Energy generation and damage. It's just the best fast move that you can have on a Pokemon. So, hopping into the next matchup here. Mew versus Clefable again. So this time, this one is running Charm. And again, I throw 7 Shadow Claws, and I'm going for the Wild Charge, and I'm gonna dip into my Lickitung here. But I misclick and tap on my Umbreon. Oh my, that is so unfortunate for us. So I'm forced to shield up what could have been a Moonblast, just a Meteor Mash, but it's okay. We get to the last resort here. That last resort is gonna put them to a range where I can get to one more last resort, hopefully grab a shield or knock out this Clefable here. Almost knocking out. Can we farm down? Yes, we do, but my Umbreon is almost useless. Out comes a Vigoroth, and this thing is going to be trouble for us. I'm going to shield up the Body Slam because I knew I need to kind of preserve this thing. And now out comes a Hypno, and I make the biggest mistake ever. I throw energy. If I would have just built up to the back-to-back Wild Charges, came in with my Lickitung here, because Lickitung has a fantastic matchup against this Shadow Hypno, then we could have forced a shield with the first Wild Charge, got into a second Wild Charge, maybe even got into a Body Slam. But this Vigoroth knows that it can take a couple Body Slams, no problem. So, I don't know, I could have played this game up a lot different. Unfortunately, we are going to end up losing this matchup. It was a very winnable matchup, even though we had a pretty hard counter all the way around. But, again, a mistake of coming in with Umbreon instead of Lickitung, which may have drawn out their Vigoroth. And then we could have had the Mew on the Vigoroth, and then tried to take out the Clefable with it. I don't know. So anyways, got bad lead copping into our Lickitung here. They hop into a Clefable. I'm going to shield up the first one, expecting a Moonblast, but they bait us with the Meteor Mash. Quite unfortunate. But the good news is that Clefable is not that bulky in the Great League, and it's going to take 2 Body Slams to knock this thing out. whereas it's going to take 2 Moonblasts for them to knock out our Lickitung here. So they no-shield that, which is amazing for us, because now I can no-shield this Moonblast, or it's another Meteor Mash. Oh my gosh. They could have Moonblasted us. Either way, we get the farm down, and let's see what they want to bring in. They decide to bring back in the Cofagrigus, and this is amazing for us because we can just go for the power up, get the most damage that we can off, and now in comes a Samurott. We're gonna get a body slam off just for good measure. My opponent not shielding a thing, and honestly, this just sets up a perfect farm for Mew to go for some surf. So we can take a Hydro Cannon on Mew, no problem. What I have to watch out for is a catch. So I'm gonna no shield this first Hydro Cannon, just in case they try to combo play here. Then I have a shield in the back end. So next Hydro Cannon coming in, I'm gonna farm all the way down. Okay, yeah, we get the full farm down. That's absolutely amazing. Gonna wild charge this Cofagrigus. We do get the shield, and that is gonna seal the deal right there. GG's, and that's gonna be a nice 4-1. So what am I talking about? Anyways, Ninetales into Mew. Pretty decent matchup. They hop into an Umbreon. I'm gonna chip this thing with a wild charge here and come into my own Umbreon just to make sure I can take switch advantage. Now the Umbreon does, or the Ninetales does have energy, but on the good end of it here is that we have Umbreon and Lickitung, both very tanky Pokemon that can kind of take energy no problem. And I know this thing is only running Foul Play, which is absolutely amazing for us, because now we can over farm a lot of energy and have a Foul Play locked and loaded for when that Ninetales, when it wants to come back in. And here it comes. So first Foul Play going to be coming in. That gets no shielded. I decided to come back in with my Mew. I debated on shielding here, but I decided to let it go. Just a Weather Ball, and now we get to the Surf. Surf is going to do some nice damage. Not enough to knock out, but enough to get the shield, which is absolutely amazing. So I debated on whether I come up with Lickitung or not, which I do because the Licks are going to do some more fast move pressure, whereas Snarl is going to be a lot slower, and I'm going to have to depend on the Foul Play to knock out. We do end up shielding, which is going to be the Overheat. Amazing shield on our end, and out comes a Hypno. Now we have the Umbreon on the Hypno. Switch lock to us. Foul Play is going to be knocking out this Hypno if it doesn't get the shield. It does get the shield, and I'm a little bit worried of a Focus Blast here, so I will shield this up. Just an Ice Punch, which is quite fine by me. So now what I can do, instead of throwing another Ice Punch, I can just overfarm just slightly here, throw the next Foul Play, which is definitely going to knock out this Hypno. We snarl down the Ninetales, and they quit the match. So GG's, on to the next game here. Hopping into the next game, a great lead here, Mew versus Machamp. You do have to watch out for the Rock Slide. So I'm going to throw 6 Shadow Claws and throw my Surf here just to get shield advantage, because if they want to shield, then I will shield back. There's a good probability that they are going to cross shop here, which they do. So I throw 1 Shadow Claw, and we throw the Surf on the CMP tie, which is unfortunate because if I could have gotten my Surf off before the Rock Slide, we could have been even shields, but they decide to go down, which is quite fine because now comes in a Registeel. I'm going to farm up 7 Shadow Claws and go for the Wild Charge here. After this Wild Charge, I am going to dip out into my Umbreon, because Umbreon can take a Focus Blast or a Zap Cannon, and we can get to those Foul Plays decently fast, whereas Lickitung is going to do resisted damage with Body Slam. So Foul Play does decent damage, and they're going to get to 1 more before they knock us out. So what do I want to come in with here? I come in with the Mew. I think I do. I wait my Switch Clock timer out. They do have a shield, but now out comes an Alolan Ninetales, and I'm trying to build up as much energy as I can. So Surf going to be coming in. I'm gonna get the final shield. We get to the final Surf, but that is so unfortunate. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. And unfortunately, this Body Slam is not gonna knock out. Again, a very winnable game. Maybe if I would have got the Surf swapped into my Lickitung to let the damage defer onto it, but we'll never know. GG's. On to the next game, Cofagrigus lead. I have 2 better answers, gonna swap into my Lickitung right away. They stay in for a bit, and now out comes a Vigoroth. Now Vigoroth can barely be able to take these Body Slams no problem. Licks are gonna be double resisted, whereas they're doing the counters, and the Body Slam spam gonna be coming in. Lickitung can take 2, but with the counter damage, we are gonna get knocked out. I am gonna be able to get the second Body Slam off, which is quite nice. I thought about shielding this, but they just have so much energy that I just let it go. So now I'm going to have to come in with Mew. I'm going to be forced to take a Body Slam here. Body Slam is going to do quite a bit of damage to Mew. Like I said, it is quite glassy. I'm going to farm up as much energy as I can. Throw the Surf here. I just want to get rid of this Vigoroth. And then I'm going to swap right away into my Umbreon, hoping that they don't have a clear answer. And it's a Blasty Boy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Water Guns are going to be starting to chunk here. And we just have to shield the Hydro Cannons, because those Hydro Cannons are going to be the hardest hitting move left in the game. So if we can get this thing low enough, maybe we can come in with the Mew and snipe it down. So next Foul Play going to be coming in. That does not get the shield. Quite fine by me. I'm going to shield up this next Hydro Cannon. And our switch clock timers are almost up. So I'm going to throw my Foul Play here, expecting to get the shield. And then I'm going to come in with my Mew. Hopefully we have a move stored. We do not. That is so unfortunate. But we throw the Wild Charge on the CMP. Absolutely amazing. Now this sets up Umbreon for a massive farm down. So then we can have 2 Foul Plays locked and loaded for that Blastoise when it comes in. But I decided to throw, and they shield up the move anyways. That is amazing for us. Shadow Ball gonna be coming in. I am getting quite low here, and I did. Oh no. We CMP tie, but it's just a Dark Pulse, and we live that. Oh my goodness gracious. Back-to-back Foul Plays. Gonna be taking this game. Umbreon is a beast, everybody, and that's gonna be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next matchup, Mew into Cofagrigus again. I gotta get out of here. Going in with my Lickitung, and out comes a Machamp. Now, if they let this Body Slam go through, I can come in with my Mew and farm all the way down, which is what they do. The lick damage is just proving to be oppressive with the Body Slam spam. So you know what? I decide to double shield my Lickitung. I'm gonna lick this thing all the way down. Don't be disgusting, everybody. You know why? That's what I said. Now in comes a Registeel. Okay, Registeel can be a bit troublesome. So I get a Body Slam off, and now I'm able to get this Power Whip. Power Whip gets them pretty low, nice in the yellow. I know one Focus Blast or Zap Cannon is not going to knock out the Mew. So the good thing here is that we get the attack fall, which is unfortunate. And then I'm going to be going for a Surf. Surf is going to get them quite low, not enough to knock them out, but they decide to swap into the Cofagrigus, and this is going to be the nail in the coffin, because no pun intended there, but it was, because even down 2 shields, we're going to be able to take this matchup no problem. Going to be throwing the Foul Play here. If this gets the shield, it gets the shield. If it doesn't, I'm going to go for the full aggressive farm down and get both shields with the Foul Plays. Excuse me, sorry. Dark Pulse does not enough to KO. Foul Play going to be coming in. This is going to be getting that first shield. Second Foul Play. Oh, I decided to come in with my Mew, do some Shadow Claw damage. And it doesn't matter. We're forcing the Registeel to throw anyways. And now all we have to do is throw 3 Snarls. Throw the final Foul Play to knock out. And that gets the knockout through the shield. And that's a good game. Well played to my opponent. And that's going to be another 4-1 set and a beautiful 8-2 to finish this video off. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you guys are liking the content, please hit that like button. Comment if you want to see anything in the future. Remember that it is Go Battle Day this weekend, so I'm going to be making a little bit of short on that. Make sure to play all your battles this weekend, because there's 4 times Stardust rewards. Yeah. Anyways, if you're having a lot of fun with this team, let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to run another team, I might try to put out a couple more teams for the Go Battle weekend, so you guys can try out different variations of everything. But anyways, thank you all so very much for watching. If you guys are liking the content, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and we'll see everybody in the next video.